I'm trying it, guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm having issues. So 1 second. Hi, Elizabeth. How you doing, hon? I'm having issues with my YouTube for some reason. I've been having problems out of it for a few days. I thought I'd just come back and see if I can try it one more time. So hang on, let's see if it works this time. You doing good. That's great, girl. Yeah, today was my daddy's birthday. Hard day. But thought I'd just get on and chit chat with you guys for a few minutes. And I'll be gone for a while, guys. I won't be back till probably Monday or Tuesday. Go spend some time with my mom. And spend the 4th with her. I got yard long beans out of the garden today. And a whole bunch of tomatoes. I had to pick them because my tomatoes out there, a bunch of them's getting blight. And if any of them have any kind of red on them whatsoever, the birds get them. So I'm like, my mom's going to have some fried green tomatoes. And we got plenty of squash in there, cleaver squash, and peppers. A bunch of peppers. I just brought a few in here and show you guys. I'm gonna let you guys know that this will be my last live. My last live chat. And just post videos. Just a lot going on. For some reason, I don't see any comments. Because it seems like the lives don't do good at all. So I'm just going to be posting videos. I appreciate it. How are you doing? I'm glad you like the videos. Yeah, the live chats don't do anything, so I'm just going to be doing videos. But I just kind of wanted to get on here and tell you guys that. So you guys kind of know that I'm still here, but I'm just going to load videos. I do like talking to you guys, but I will chat with you guys in the comments on the videos. And let you guys know how the pumpkin is doing. The pumpkin, I don't know if it's going to make it, so we shall see when I come back. And the chickens, they may be going bye-bye. They're, I guess you could say, little dinosaurs. They have ate my loofah. They ate my caveman gourds. So it's kind of crazy. Hey, Dana. But yeah, this is going to be the last live that I do. Y'all just going to be getting videos, and just wanted to kind of let you guys know that. So you can hopefully enjoy the videos. How you doing, Dana? It's just been a lot going on, and a lot of stuff changing here in the neighborhood. And so I just kind of wanted to let you guys. Yeah, I'm just going to be posting videos. That's all. Because with things going on around here, we are, I'll give you a heads up, we are looking for a new place, and we're going to sell this house. So we thought this was going to be our forever home, but with the new changes here in our town, things have got to change. So that's great, Dana. My tomatoes out there, they're loaded down, but some of my tomatoes have gotten that blight, and they're not doing good at all. So, but I know I'm going to have a lot of questions. I want to know what kind of changes are going on here. The changes are, hey J-Dog, the changes are in our neighborhood. They have decided to do a HOA thing here, and that means we are going to be charged for it. And I don't think it's right, because that's the reason we moved here, because it didn't have all that crap. But they're saying now that a majority of the people here, they want it. So I'm like, it's gotten to where if they can't control you, they're sure gonna try. Let's put it that way. things that you plant in your own yard, or vehicles you park in your yard, if they not up to their standards, you get fined. Neighbor across the street got fined for barbecue grill in the front yard. He put it under a tree. Got fined for it. So it's kind of crazy. But you know how it is. One thing after another. Yeah, you can't take and put anything in your yard without their okay. You can't put anything in your backyard without their okay. If they don't approve it, you can be fined. It's to a point to where we are going to throw up our hands and sell the house and move. And some other people here in the neighborhood have agreed with the same as we do, that it's ridiculous and it's not right. And when you're on a budget, you can't afford to come up and pay these extra fees. Hey, How to Garden, how you doing? But it's kind of crazy. But I was just wanting to let you guys know that, I'm trying to do some videos for you guys, but we will be gone for a few weeks. We're saying a few weeks. We'll be gone till Monday or Tuesday, rather. And then when we come back, we've got things that we've got to do around here and make a decision. Do we want to move or pay the extra fees? That's good.
Hey, talk to you.
I'm on YouTube.
Tell you.
I'm on live.
Hey, talk to you.
My YouTube channel.
Talk to you guys.
You guys want a husband? I'll give him to you for free.
Sherry. I'm worth more than anything you got.
Y'all want him for a while? He's got his walker there, so you don't worry, he won't fall. I know somebody's gonna say something. He's got his walker. He's fine. He's not gonna fall. Y'all can have him. Because I want to tell y'all something. Do you know how hard it is when you're looking for a property that's out in the country that has land, and I appreciate it, Dana, and trying to make sure that you stay within your budget, and when you find something and all of a sudden you go back the next day and check it, that property is already sold. It's like people grabbing properties outside in the country area like crazy, and don't stay on there long. Now, someone in the neighborhood, they posted their home for sale, I think it was last week, and they sold it within 3 or 4 days. It was gone. And I told hubby, I says, we need to go ahead and take everything That's true, Dan. That's true. Um, it's to a point to where they control us, to be honest about it. Really. It's all about it. It's control. It's control. It will hide a garden. It really will. Good night, the real street outlaw. It's sad that now this is what this is what I got told. Okay, you know how a lot of people are buying land and doing the small house, trying to go off grid. Well, you can't do that in the state of Mississippi. You got codes you got to follow. And if you don't follow those codes, they can take your property. They can fine you. There's a man that is not too far out in the country, and they have taken his house. Yeah. We out. Thank you. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? But yeah, it's kind of crazy how they want to try to take control of you, and they want to make sure that they're getting your money. Okay, they say if the pay raise goes up, what else do you think's going up? Food prices, they're going up. Gas prices, they're going up. Taxes, they're going up. So no matter how much money that you have coming in, they're going to take it right back. It doesn't matter. It don't matter at all. But I really wanted to get on here and talk with you guys and let you guys know what was going on. And yes, me and hubby have been sick, trying to get over that. Yeah. That even counts. Okay, we found out that if, say, you have a cabin and that you had built or a tiny home, if you want to take that property and go consider yourself off grid, I don't care if you have your own well on your property, if you have solar panels, generators, whatever, they're not going to allow it. You can be fined. They said that you have, like, I'm going to use this as an example because I know a lot of other people are using it as an example. Like smoke detectors, you have to have 2-source electricity and battery backup. Because if it catches fire, they want to make sure that you have 2 sources there. And say if you have no sun out for a whole week, okay, they're saying you don't have those 2 sources. And I'm thinking, well, how can that happen? Because, say you have an ice storm and you have no electricity for, say, a month. That you may wind up, that little battery that you put in there, it may go dead. So how does that matter? Really, it don't make any sense. Yeah. Because, I mean, you're still going to be charged because you're going to have that meter so that it can go back into your home. Because, say, if you go and hook up all these solar panels, and you got to have the right hookup, and anything that from my understanding, anything that you use, okay, extra, well, if you charge extra, it goes back into the meter and it helps out the light company, but still you have to pay a certain fee. Okay, I don't understand how all that solar panel crap stuff works. Yeah, that's true. That's all they care about, is they getting your money. Because we were looking at the property we had found. It was nothing fancy, okay? Just your basic home, a barn, fenced in area for animals, and it had a place to have the garden, okay? But then they have backup batteries hooked up to the house, a generator, in case electricity goes off. And they said that there was some pros and cons with the property, that you have to pay some kind of extra fee. I do not understand what the extra fee is, but for using a generator out in the country, and I'm thinking, I didn't understand all that stuff they were talking about, but I'm like, just more way for them to make some money, if you ask me. But it's kind of weird. I don't understand it. But here in town, they want to make sure that they control what's being planted in town, what plants you have in your front yard. And I'm like, HOA fees are going to be ridiculous. I don't think it's right for them to charge people this when we didn't have it when we moved here. So why have it now? And I mean, especially a lot of people here in our little neighborhood, they are, a lot of them are elderly and they're on fixed income, and they can't afford to pay these extra fees. That's what gets me. I don't understand how they can let it go in effect. But there are a lot of younger people in the neighborhood too, and they want it. So I'm thinking, here we are having to look for a property, but we're not finding anything reasonable in the neighborhood area that we're wanting. I mean, yes, we want out in the country. Yes, we want an area to where we don't have people right up on us. And we just want to be able to grow our own food and enjoy life. Yeah, that's true. I know here in town, they said if they catch you in your car, living out of your car, you can be fined. Your car can be impounded. That's true. Very, very true. Because, I mean, understand, a lot of people are scared to go back to work because they're scared of this virus. And a lot of people are scared to take the shots because they don't know what the side effects are. I mean, it's still, a handful of people here are doing fine. But then there's a handful of people over here that are having consequences from it and having problems. What, and what to do? There's a lot of people stuck in the middle that's like, we want to see how the other people do. But then you got people over here that are okay and people over here not. So, and then they're complaining because a lot of people's not getting them. Well, a lot of people are scared. And I understand that. And they're worried about, people going back to work. Well, a lot of people are going back to work, but a lot of people are scared and wearing the mask and stuff, it's not 100%. The shots are not 100%. And they don't want to take and get infected and take that home to their family. I mean, they have got to understand that there has not been a lot of research on these medicines. They're just wanting to get something out there thinking that's going to stop it. There's no 100% on anything yet. But to me personally, me, myself, just me, I have not taken it. Why? Because I'm scared to. I do not know what this would do to me because I see my mom over here having all kind of problems because she's had the shots. And I'm thinking, if this makes me this way, I couldn't handle it, because I have a husband that's disabled and I have a son that's disabled and I have to take care of them. Then I have to take care of the gardens. I have to take care of the pets that we have outside. Well, the food, the chickens. And if I'm down, and not able to get out there, I'm not going to have that resource of vegetables and the chicken eggs. And, I'm looking at that. I have to take care of my husband. I have to take care of my son. I have to take care of the house. I have to take care of everything, and a lot of people that are in the position like I'm in, you want to make sure that, it's not going to hurt you. Because from what I've seen and heard people, it's still up in the air. Yeah. Well, you have to look at it like this. The virus was man-made. Okay. It could be a man. It could be a woman. They made this virus and it accidentally got out. Yeah. Because, I'm like this. I understand that, no one is promised tomorrow. We don't know when our time is. And with everything going on like it is, and I'm just going to tell you guys something, and I want you guys to look at it, and you will understand where I'm coming from. We get out here, okay? We try to grow our gardens, and then the weather messes up. We either having drought, no rain, or we're having rain and too much water. Then we're having too much heat, right after a rain. And our gardens are not doing so well. And it's across the country, okay? Everybody's having problems with something growing. And farmers, okay? A lot of the farmers, the fields are still wide open, nothing planted because it's been too wet and they can't plant. So think about it. If they can't plant the corn, they can't plant the rice and stuff. You guys have to understand that our food's got to come from somewhere. Where's it going to come from? And be very careful when you buy canned foods. Because those canned foods, guys, if you look at the bottom of the can, it's got the date on it, okay? It's supposed to be the good date, right? Switch it up and look at the top. It's got an old date. Look on the label. It's an old date. You will find an old date and a new date. They're serving us old food. I don't blame you. I really don't. I don't blame you. Everybody has their choice. But just take and look at it like this, that they're not wanting us to know that there is fixing to be a food shortage, okay? Because if you notice when you go into the grocery store, people thinking, oh, it's toilet paper. People think that you are just the toilet paper issue, where everybody panicked and got all the toilet paper. Didn't have any. Well, there's a lot of jobs around here, but the problem is a lot of people are very scared to take them. And I understand, because they have families at home. They cannot afford to take and bring something home and make their family sick. Even if they take that shot, it's not 100%. So they can wear the mask. They can use the hand sanitizer. I mean, they're still taking the chance of bringing it home. If they have little small children, and nobody wants that. That's the reason people are trying to grow their own food, trying to move out in the country, have their own little homestead, try their best to raise their own food, so that way they know where their food comes from. Because the way it is right now, people think that we're fine right now because things are in the stores. If you get to looking, guys, a lot of the things that we are used to having is not in the stores at all. But you just gotta be careful and watch things that you buy. And if you can grow it yourself, grow it. I mean, it's going to, like some of my tomatoes out there, they went kind of crazy. I had never seen it before, but after it rained, my tomatoes looked like somebody had went out there and poured poison over the top of them. I mean, the stems and stuff, they just didn't look right. So I'm thinking, is there something in the water? I mean, because a few minutes before they looked fine, but then when it rained, they didn't look too good. And I'm like, something's going on. What? I don't know. But they selling us old food, telling us it's good food. I mean, thank goodness that, I still had a lot of vegetables that I had canned from last year that we are still eating on. And because I'm not going to use what a lot of that stuff is in the store, because when I get to looking and you see the dates and stuff on there, and there's different dates, you're like, is it good or is it bad? And I brought it to the attention to the store that I was in. Is it good or is it bad? They said they didn't notice that. I said, no, y'all knew it. Y'all knew it. Okay, I'm sorry. No. This is y'all's store. You should know what's coming in. I mean, you're selling old food that they have put another stamp on, so people would think it's good, and it's not. And when you open a can of beans and them beans in the top is molded in the can, you know for a fact something ain't right. Good date on the bottom, bad date on top. So, I don't do it. But you do see a lot of businesses around here, restaurants, fast food places, hiring, need help. But I'm not going in them. I just plant me something in the window and self-pollinate the sucker myself and take care of it inside if I have to. I'm not going to go to the store and buy old food. Now, the fruits and vegetables, guys, I'm going to tell y'all, they're very scarce in the stores here. And the tomatoes, you got to be very careful. They look like they're real good tomatoes, but when you split them open, you got another tomato growing on the inside of the tomato. So, for a fact, those are not fresh tomatoes. So, I don't understand it. And if you want beans and rice and things like that, you better grab them and preserve those things, guys. Put them in containers. Dry beans, you do not have to cook them. You can put them in mason jars, seal them, and stick them in the pantry or in those bags. You can seal them bad boys up, and you've got beans and rice. Because you don't necessarily have to have meat all the time. As long as you got beans and bread, beans and vegetables, you're fine. Now, the chickens, okay? My little carnivores out there is what I'm calling them. They got out. Well, one did. And she decides that she's going to that she's going to eat my loofah. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. She's going to eat my loofah and my caveman gourds that I had planted. So, I'm like, I'm going to have to plant some more. I guess I'll do that next year. I don't think I'm going to have any this year. I think it's a little too late for them to grow. Yeah. Well, the fresh eggs are okay. I used to have 10 chickens, okay? I only have 9 chickens now. A snake got one of my chickens. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't have very many in your household, don't get that many chickens. The only reason I got that many chickens was because that's the least that I could get from the place that I got them from. And they have too many eggs. I would be fine with, say, 2-3 chickens. But the rest of them, unless you are growing meat chickens. Now, these are just ordinary egg layers. They're not really meat chickens. But I guess you could eat them if you had to. But they're okay. I mean, the eggs are fine. I really enjoy being able to go out and get the eggs and not have to worry about them. But when you get to a point to where you have a refrigerator full of eggs and you steady giving eggs away to people and you still got eggs, something wrong. I'm like, anybody need eggs? Come get them. Come get them. I get too many. Now, let me tell you guys about where I thought I had a rooster. It's not a rooster. She is a hen. She's just a bully, I guess you could call. She thinks she's the main hen over the coop. I guess that's what you could say. But she is a hen. Well, I'd sure give them to you. I'd be like, you can have all the eggs you want. Because here in my house, I think I might use a dozen a week, okay? But when you're getting 9 eggs a day, every day, it's too many. I'd be glad to give you the eggs. I'd be like, take them. You need eggs? I'd give them to you. Because, I mean, people in the neighborhood, okay? I'm like, anybody need eggs? I give eggs away. I'm sorry, guys. I got to sneeze. My allergies have been going crazy ever since I gave my dog a bath. He was out there in the yard playing. I'm gonna tell you, if they got 30 chickens, they're getting 30 eggs a day. I don't see, how people can do it. Because there for a while we were doing deviled eggs, pickled eggs. I was even freezing some eggs, because people says take and put them in a muffin pan, freeze them, and then put them in Ziploc bags. I did that. And I'm going to tell you, at the time I did it, my refrigerator went out, okay? So I lost all those. Because it took a while for them to bring the new refrigerator in. Dan, I would give you all the eggs you want. Because I was getting 10 eggs a day. And sometimes I winded up with a few extras and did not know how unless I missed an egg. But now we're down to 9 eggs a day. Every day you go out there, you're going to have 9 eggs. If you it's a certain time, you go out there after 2:30. By that time, every one of the chickens have done laid eggs. You're going to get 9 eggs. And they get out there at the door. When they're coming out in the chicken run, they make their sound and let you know they done laid an egg for you. It's time to come get it. No, it's not a rooster. It's these girls. They laying these eggs coming and going. And which, when I planted my tomatoes, okay, somebody told me take an egg and plant it with my tomatoes. I did that. And I've noticed that every tomato plant that I planted with an egg, it doesn't have blight. Explain that. I don't understand that. But the tomato plants out there that has blight does not have an egg planted with it. So I'm thinking next year I'm going to plant 4 or 5 tomato plants, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to go out there and do 3.5 rows of tomatoes like I did this year. And I'm not going to have tomato plants coming in these pots like crazy. Because it's just a lot. Just as that, I use fish. Okay. I've heard about using fish, but I'm going to tell you. Here where I'm at, okay, here in the South, when I use fish emulsion, fish fertilizer, whatever you want to call it, any kind of fish, I have more bugs here. Last year, I used fish emulsion, and I had more bug issues on my plants than I am this year. This year, I have not seen that many bugs. And like on my squash, usually I have squash bugs out there. Well, this year, I haven't seen any. And I've been just throwing some triple 13 out there on every plant out there. And it seemed like everything's doing good except the pumpkin. I didn't put that on the pumpkin. I used something else. My little secret sauce. I'll tell y'all what that secret sauce is after I pick my pumpkins out there, which I'll probably be next week. Because this weather that we're having is kind of getting to them. Because a lot of my leaves and stuff are just dying. And I did try the cover over the top of the pumpkin. And then in the afternoon, I would take it off. And That didn't help. None whatsoever. We got 7 people watching and only 2 people commenting. Well, I guess, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. And you guys, I will be posting some videos for you guys. And it will be after the 4th. Because we won't be around. So I probably will make some videos at my mom's where you guys can kind of see some fireworks and stuff, how our 4th went. Because we're going to, spend time with my mom. Because today was my dad's birthday. And it's kind of hard on my mom. And, but I'll let you guys go. And, oh, okay. Cool. Dana, I appreciate it, girl. I didn't let anybody know that I was going to go live or anything. I just kind of wanted to come on and chit-chat with you guys. And the guys that comes on here, I was like, let you guys know what's going on. And the people that didn't get to come in here and listen and hear what was going on, they're going to be wondering where I'm at. But you guys know. All right, guys, I love you. God bless. Stay safe. Stay out of this heat, guys. It's just too much. And happy 4th to you all. Stay safe, guys.